Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Unfairly back here with some more Marathon PvP content. Today we're going to be continuing on our last video showcasing some high-tier ranked PvP content. This match in particular, and most of these matches are in Silver 1, so we are effectively, this match actually we moved up to Gold 3 in, and so we're kind of showcasing how better players react in their pacing of the whole game. So we'll get into the usual combat insights. I just wanted to let you guys know that the Marathon Masterclass has surpassed 400 members. I'm always in there chatting, reacting, and reviewing others' gameplay, so if you guys want to come chill out, get some clips reviewed, or find a group, we're always open. Just join the link in the bio or in the description. So let's get into it here. So this is the first match. Again, this is my rank up match to gold. We are on Dire Marsh, as is the rotation this week, and we are pushing into Bio, the northern POI. As we talked about, I mean, in any single fight, even especially ranked and with these higher tier fights, you never want to take a 50-50 traditional head-to-head fight. You always want to lead with either massive damage or an elimination if you can. And so you see that my teammate gets one there. I'm going to try to get the finish just so obviously the information and no tags are being passed along to his remaining teammates. And something we talked about so much, height positioning. You can see here, even though I'm only up one or two kind of player hitboxes tall, I have a whirlwind more of information that I can see here, and you're going to see how this effectively works out in our favor and leads into the rest of the fight. So we catch someone mid, purple shields, we take them down instantly finishing to prevent any sort of tags or information to the last teammates. So now, effectively, we understand that there are two players fully dead, there's only one left, and we are going to take the speared approach, as we talked about in the different videos, different sight lines per teammate, knowing that we have the numbers advantage. I'm going to hook around right to get a different sight line on mid and kind of maybe try to rotate and encapsulate where this missing person could be. Meanwhile, my teammates are going to take the height position and just kind of keep that dominant position and make sure this last person has absolutely no chance of clutching.
Okay. I can jump on roof with you. Just let me know when. Yep.
And so from this rotate information, my teammates have no idea what's happening in this back POI. I can see now that there's another team back here. So the team that we were originally engaging, it was effectively sandwiched between our team and this third-party team maybe coming from Complex. And so now we understand that this is no longer the typical game plan. It's no longer a 3v1. It could be potentially a 3v1v3. And so we're going to play it accordingly.
They're finished in there. Getting on roof.
You can see that I effectively recognize that my teammates aren't in a good position yet to help me engage this fight, so I'm not going to be rushing in until they are something that's committing, or again, I'm getting some sort of advantage where it's a massive tag or a down.
Yep, someone is there, someone is there.
Again, the instant finish for the minimal amount of information passed on to the teammates.
In the bubble, in the bubble.
So now that we have that down, we're going to feel like we have the advantage. We're going to fully aggressive push on them to finish this fight as well as possible. My teammate has a good position on height, but I make a crucial mistake here of kind of underestimating their readiness and their preparation for us to push in after their teammate going down. I'm going to be on a disadvantaged position at this low point, and you'll see how that kind of messes me up and prevents me from helping my teammate to the extent that I should have been able to. You can see he gets good shots, but I get a couple shots, but I don't have anything good. My teammate ends up going down. This has turned from a seriously advantageous position to something where we are actually scared that we might just get wiped now by the sandwiching team. You can see he hits an ability. What are we going to do? Instantly get out of the fight, reset, make one of the big three decisions. We're taking an ability, which we did. We are also healing, or we can also evade, which kind of isn't in the cards at this point. So you're going to see how this small soft reset allows me to get back into the fight, and we'll be able to work it accordingly. You can see I'm playing their bubble shield on the other side as well. No one really sees me, even though I'm not invisible at this point.
Oh, I got inside the
And you
main
can see
building.
my patience in that smoke, just listening. Even though it may be a stressful situation and your teammates are just kind of like calming and just panicking somewhat, you need to kind of tune that out, let it blend into the background noise, and listen for those footsteps, those reloads, those abilities, those crouched footsteps, anything that gives you information on what to do next, especially if you were in a position with me, like how I had to soft disengage, get into the smoke, and I get healed, I do the right thing, but being in that smoke, I have no idea what is progressing in the fight around me, and my teammates aren't tagging, they're not calming, which is understandable. I mean, it's kind of like a panic, chaotic situation, but you can't always rely on those things. You need to kind of settle in, figure out what you hear, and make your decision based on that. And so you can see that I ended up taking down this person. I'm going to finish him for no information. And then we're finally going to be closing down on the last person who's ran away. Teammate's going to give really good comms. Again, just getting a slight height position. I'm moving around to better support my teammates, but they end up taking him down anyway. That was kind of like, you can see how a fight kind of might check off all the boxes where you get that first tag, but then there could be a third party, and you should frankly be expecting that in ranked and higher tier levels combat, because anytime that people are hearing fighting, they know that there's distraction, there's weakness, and there's an overall statistical chance that they're going to have the chance to come out on top and get both teams loot. So here, we're on Dire Marsh again, of course, because this is in the rotation. We're seeing that we just spawned in Algae. The time is very, very early in the game. We are chasing down a team we saw here. We're going to get the tag. And so again, it's just like the traditional fight. We have the indicator, we have the down, we have the damage, we have the advantage. So we're going to be pushing in. I'm going to do the smart thing. Again, getting the height, looking around, instant snapshot of what's going on around here. I know that there was maybe more than one around this down person that they may have been trying to revive, and so I'm going to do the smart thing and check here for my teammates, just because I'm assuming that they're going to run right towards our advantage. So I'm going to be, again, that person from the last video. If you see your teammates distracted by saying, you take it upon yourself to do the check of where you think that you guys could get kind of bamboozled from. So we're going to finish off this team. But again, remember how we talked about never going for the bodies and looting, making sure that everything around you is good to go and secured before you take your attention off of the game and going into the loot. You can hear that I'm kind of crouching around listening for steps. So this person makes a terrible mistake, like we've talked about so in every video basically. He just gets caught looting after he immediately killed someone. Obviously, if my teammate just said they're going to be down, or that they got down and killed, I'm going to look right at their body. And so he's just really just setting it up for me. That's a mistake you never, ever, ever want to make. You don't loot until everything is good and checked 3 times over. So you can see, my one teammate is also looting. Our teammate understands that there is another bunch of people, and I start to see them and hear their footsteps as well. So you can see how I'm not going to be looting or healing, just because obviously I don't need to, but I'm going to be the one that's keeping watch as well. And because of that, I get the early warning. And you see also a very important thing. I recognize that it is a 2v1 in that sightline. 1 person, 2 people, both shooting at me. If I stand there and engage back, I might take 1 down, but I'm going to instantly die. It's a guaranteed death taking a 2v1 gunfight. So I do the smart thing. I immediately soft reset the fight off to the left. I'm going to make one of the big 3 decisions. We're making the cover with our ability. We're going to heal, and then we're going to re-engage the fight. And now I come back out in this fight with a better understanding of where people are and a better game plan of how I'm going to react. And so we end up taking out everyone there, and the wrench that was thrown into our fight is effectively managed and handled by us. Just by following all the kind of steps and tidbits that you need to be aware of and constantly checking in the game, even to the point where it kind of falls into your unconscious and you're doing it without even really thinking about it. So this is the next match here. This is, again, another ranked match. This is one of the craziest fights that I've ever been in the longest drawn-out fight. We've been fighting this team since 25 minutes here. We spawned literally here, and so did they. But they have been holding in this room for, again, over 10 minutes. We have 2 people on the outside, on the top working that door, and I, again, am being the person that comes in misdirections somewhere that they wouldn't expect from a different angle, and I'm gonna harass them from the back. Meanwhile, my teammates are harassing them from the front with the drone, with opening the door, and so they're in a bad position, but they were holding it very, very well. And I recognize that the longer that we stay here and shoot back and forth, the more people are going to be attracted, and we'll probably just get wiped trying to trap these kids in here. So I know that we need to make a money move as fast as possible. So again, I'm being very quiet on them on the other side. I'm listening for anything that they're doing in there. Are they reloading? Are they healing? Are they running around? Are they crouching? And so I wait until I hear a lull moment. I know that all of them have shotguns, so you can see as soon as I get cracked, I take the longer kind of sight line to where their shotgun damage, which they most likely have out trying to quick kill me, is not going to take me down. And you can see that I have the trust, and I understand kind of what their mentality is. I know that they're going to be aggressive rushing with the shotgun. So I run back, get to a safe distance, and instantly look back, even though I don't have my full shields, because I know that I'm baiting his aggression. Over-aggression leads to consistent mistakes, and that's what you need to take advantage of, especially on good players. And so you can see, he recognizes that I have the advantage, and he pulls back.
Still taking damage from my stuff.
But you can see how cautious I'm going to be because of their shotgun kind of range. I'm never going to get close enough to get one pumped or barrel stuffed.
Nice.
So you can see, again, he runs out with the shotgun. We're taking it to a longer distance. If he chases me, I'm going to punish him. But I recognize he's smart enough not to. And I just want to point out, you saw how I kind of went back in there just to finish the kill. Sometimes these fights, these higher level fights, break down to almost not a macro fight, but your micro decisions, one at a time, kind of leveling up one stair at a time, progressing the fight one level at a time. So we got the down, we waited, we played patient, and then we went and we got the finish, we played patient. So now we confirm there's a 2v3. Now we have the full advantage, and you'll see, you know, they still hold it pretty well, but you'll see how we kind of work this advantage, again, step by step.
Finishing me. One pushed up.
So both of my teammates go down here. They pushed in. Again, they have the shotguns. They have the LMGs. It's literally a slaughter fest. So you're going to see how my kind of rat slow play style, I'm able to, again, take this fight one step at a time, build my solution for the fight a single move at a time, not thinking too much forward. That'll scramble kind of my flow.
One shot wasted.
So again, look at this distance. I'm not pushing up on them, not being aggressive, because I know they can one pump shotgun me. I get a little closer thinking that maybe they'll be stupid and try to loot. But again, I recognize that I'm not taking that chance as the last person left. The game, the continuation of the game is solely in my hands right now.
On me.
And so I tried to bait him, just at least to get damage.
Double waster.
They have shield, so again, I'm going to play this kind of cat and mouse game. I'm going to run back and really almost invite them to come and try to be over-aggressive on me. You can see that I fake ran this way. They would think that I'm still going back to the original position, very far away that I have been over and over again in this fight. But instead, I kind of fake it that way, through the smoke, and I stay very close, invisible, and I take my knife out so I can potentially get maybe a 2v1 lucky fight in the smoke and take them down quickly. So I consider it, and I realize, I listen to the footsteps. They are hesitant. They are getting scared. Even though it is a 2v1 and they have the advantage on me, I can tell by their movements and how their footsteps and their actions, just their audio, I can tell how they feel. I can tell that they don't really want to kind of try out to come and take me down 2v1. They are scared while they have the advantage, and so I'm going to work that as best as possible. Again, look what we're doing, the cat and mouse. Going back, I'm going to see what steps at a time I can do. We're going to open the... So the first step really there was opening the door, seeing what information I had. And then I see that someone is to my back and I can get a beam on them. I take that next step knowing that I'm safe to do so. And backing up, kind of wedging myself out away from the body and out of the door, I prevent his teammate from coming and shotgunning me while still having the option to take the next step and finish him, effectively making it now a fair 1v1. But you can see how I'm building the resolution one single micro step at a time, whether it's just opening a door, whether it's just peeking, making them know that I'm there and looking. You have to play the mind games. And you'll see this last person is a destroyer. He has the dash, he has the shotgun. And you can see sometimes I just open the door and not even intending to really hit him, just to kind of keep him misdirected in his mind. I don't want him to know what I'm doing 100%. So I'm kind of, sometimes I'll go up to the door and fake a reload. Sometimes I'll open it and not look. Sometimes I'll open it and peek in. You'll see how I never do the same thing twice. And you'll see that I'm always cognizant of that shotgun range. I'm always backing up and away. Fake reload. See if I can bait him. Commit to a little bit more damage. And again, you can see as we're backing up, as he gets to the close range where he could shoot me, I'm always backtracking while even I'm aimed in shooting at them. And I'm able to go ahead and take that 3v1 and effectively turn a 15-minute fight into a less than 3-minute resolution just by playing your time, playing your patience, and decision making at the macro and micro level. Even if things seem unclear, you need to build your resolution step by step. As soon as you get the next step and you figure it out, or it becomes readily apparent to you, the roadmap starts building for an uncertain situation where you kind of know what the steps are that are needed to be taken to win. So here we are again on the Dire Marsh. We're at the algae point. This is kind of like the tilted towers of the map. A lot of people are able to hear what goes on here, and a lot of people tend to come here to fight, especially because the boss is here as well. So this is just kind of another thing where we are at the end. We're looking to kind of extract. We're looking to potentially do the boss if he's here. And this is something where you guys kind of get split up and lulled into a false sense of security, and we'll show you how to react to those things. Again, the situation not knowing and just kind of searching the POI at first. Before we even knew there was people here, we're sitting on a height position. We're looking around, getting as much information as we can. And you can see, even a height position, just being on quote-unquote the base level, we have height on these people. This is a height position. And you can see how unaware and unexpected they are to look up here. And you'll see them just funnel in, and we'll get these easy first shots and takedowns. We're going to finish the first person. Again, no information or tags being spread to the teammate. His teammate not having that information. He comes out looking for information. He comes out looking to get an update on the fight with his own eyes, risking his own body box, or his hitbox.
Purple.
And you can see great comms, letting my teammates letting me know where the last person has ran out to. And so we're able to track him down and finish him. It's beautiful, and it just goes to show, if you're following and applying all these kind of mini decisions, it's almost like a rising tide lifts all ships. If you can continue to consistently implement a bunch of these small tidbits or tips into your gameplay, you'll see your extraction rate and your overall success in fights increase with all these small things. And they may not seem like big things when they're split up, but all together, they truly make you a wholer, more complete player. And you'll definitely have more success in not only ranked with higher tier PvP fights, but you'll find yourself in pubs matches on perimeter, outpost, and Dire Marsh. You'll feel like you're starting to really run through teams a lot faster and a lot easier. So if you're looking to really train your gameplay and your PvP aspect of your gameplay, definitely load into ranked, find some people. I really hope that they add solos soon, but this is the place that you need to train your combat. And honestly, this is some of the best place to get loot in the game besides Cryo Archive. So I totally recommend ranked. I know that it's gone for this week now, just about 7 minutes ago. But I'm going to be pretty much stacking up my vault for the rest of this week in Cryo and Outpost, and we're going to be back to it next week, hopefully pushing Platinum. So again, appreciate you guys, appreciate your support. Join the Marathon Masterclass Discord, links in the bio in the description. And if you ever need to connect with me, I'm unfairly with 2 Ys on Twitter. Thank you guys again so much for your support. Have a great rest of your day.